I am here in my wild, glorious fucking nature. I went running with my hair down, letting it blow through the wind, and I'm covered and drenched in sweat. All right? In my little booty shorts. All right? That's me being me. That doesn't mean some random guys can get access to me or send me dick pics because I'm not accessible for bullshit. I'm a wild, free child, and that's what I love about running. With my hair not in a ponytail, my hair flying through the wind. I want to share with you something I read today. I finally got the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I had read Love Warrior, which was amazing. Accidentally, I bought the large print version. Large print version. And I want to read something to you. I'm going to make 2 videos this morning. I was on page 5 and already cried twice. Not because I was sad, because I was so moved deeply in my heart. And I like to read books that move me rather than just make me think. The Queen's Code, a good book, but it's all in my head. It doesn't access my heart at all. It's just a mental book. All right? Khalil Gibran. More heart-based. I like books that put me in my heart and make me feel and expand me. Glennon Doyle has that way with words. So now today, this video is going to be about the Bible is not the word of God. It is the word of wounded men. Not whole, healthy men, wounded men. Who didn't know any better, who lived in the time of the patriarchy when women were property. Remember, the Bible was not written by healthy men who channeled the word of God. Even now, so many people who are channelers their lives are a mess. All right? The religious texts were written and edited by controlling narcissists. It's not the word of God. God, I believe, exists, but it's not accessed through narcissists. So I just want to read to you. This will just be a quick 3-minute read from her book, her second chapter in her book called Apples. And I'm going to skip the beginning. She's 10 years old, sitting in a small room in the back of Nativity Catholic Church with 20 other kids, where she was at CCD on a Wednesday night. So the teacher does not have a Bible or any other books in her lap. She is going to speak from memory. I am impressed. Now, this is very powerful. That's why I don't just read random stuff, because I like to hear myself read, all right? This is powerful stuff. God made Adam and put him in a beautiful garden. Adam was God's favorite creation, so he told Adam that his only jobs were to be happy, rule over the garden, and name the animals. Adam's life was almost perfect, except that he got lonely and stressed. He wanted some company and help naming the animals. So he told God that he wanted a companion and a helper. One night, God helped Adam give birth to Eve. From inside Adam's body, a woman was born. That is why she is called woman, because women came from the womb of man. Womb, man. That's how these fucking assholes wrote the Bible. They birthed women. Men birthed women, okay? I was so amazed that I forget to raise my hand. Wait, Adam gave birth to Eve, but don't people come from women's bodies? Shouldn't boys be called woman? Shouldn't all people be called woman? My teacher says, raise your hand, Glennon. I raise my hand. She motions for me to put it back down. The boy sitting to my left rolls his eyes at me. Again, don't ask any questions. Same as with the COVID thing. Don't ask questions. Just believe what we tell you. Just be quiet. Our teacher goes on. Adam and Eve were happy and everything stayed perfect for a while. But then God said there was one tree they couldn't eat from, the tree of knowledge, even though it was the only thing that Eve wasn't allowed to want. She wanted an apple from that tree anyway. So one day she got hungry, picked the apple off the tree, and took a bite. Then she tricked Adam into taking a bite too. As soon as Adam bit into the apple, Eve and Adam felt shame for the first time and tried to hide from God. But God sees everything, so God knew. God banished Adam and Eve from the garden. Then he cursed them and their future children, and for the first time, suffering existed on the earth. This is why we still suffer today, because Eve's original sin is inside all of us. That sin is wanting to know more than we are supposed to know. Wanting more instead of being grateful for what we have, and doing what we want to do instead of what we should do. I had no further questions. All right, so in that last part, notice it's the woman's fault that there's sin on the earth. It's woman's fault. And so what we have in the Bible, we have a narcissistic God who we have men men are so powerful they gave birth to woman, and women are so evil they're responsible for original sin. And because the man is the head of the universe and the planet, everything is named after him. Womb man. It's fucking ridiculous. And it just gets worse from there. Now, I am not here to banish God, because I talk to God. But I don't access God through the words of narcissists. All right? Some of you may have had narcissistic parents, and you hear that stuff and you're like, that sounds familiar, because that's all you're used to. At some point, we have to wake up. We have to wake up and stop giving our power away. Stop giving our power away to your parents, your adult parents who are relying on you for emotional support because they don't want to take responsibility for themselves, and your life is worse because of them. Your narcissistic relationships, the people who don't appreciate you, the people who take from you. Stop giving your power away. Love does not exist out there. Love is not in some Bible. It's not found in some books or in another person. You have to come home to yourself. And when you come home to yourself, all these little stories start unraveling. You start seeing them from what they are, like bullshit. All right, that's how we wake up. And anyway, I'm going to really recommend that book. There is more about the narcissistic God because, first of all, God, they talk about God as He. If God is all, then God is a He and a She. But God doesn't even have a form. So why do we refer to God as He? You could just say God, or use a different pronoun that is not he or she, like Om. Instead of saying He did this, say Om did this, all right? Or God did this. So, and I'm a parent. My ex-husband was a loving parent, so I know how loving parents act. Loving parents do not punish you, burn you in hell. They love you and they give you opportunities to learn. They might give you consequences, but they don't punish you. They don't hate you. They don't force you to obey. They care about what you want. They let you ask questions. They want you to be more and not fit into a narrow mold and give you a bunch of rules. Anyway, I could go on and on. This video was long enough. Again, Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Check it out. And I think for my next video of this book, I'll take a shower first. But yeah, you're allowed to be a freaking wild child. No, I'm not going to take a shower because the other one is about the wild child. And at the same time, if you guys don't like to see me like this, sweaty, please leave comments because I also want to be respectful to my audience.